The code block step can be used to write your own custom code in Golang language, which can be later used in your applications. When you drag this function step to the canvas, you will get the Properties panel to configure. In Code Block dropdown, user can select an appropriate code block. You can choose from the list of code blocks that were already created under the Code Block section on the Explorer panel. You can also edit the code block by clicking on Edit Code Block button. A pop-up window appears where you can edit your code in created code block and click Save Changes to successfully save the changes. In Parameters section, if the selected code block in the dropdown has any defined input parameters, an input field called Value will appear for each parameter. The parameter used in the selected code block will also be visible just above the Value field to verify before providing input. If the selected code block has no parameters, you will see a message indicating the selected code block has no parameters associated with it. In Output Variable field, you can save the output of the code block to a variable, which can be used in the succeeding steps of the function workflow. Suppose you want to calculate a factorial of a number and use the factorial code block created under the Explorer panel. In such case, code block step can be used. Drag and drop this step to the canvas. Under Properties panel, in Code Block dropdown, you can select code block as factorial. In Parameters section, you can add a value as $number that you want to pass as an input to the code blocks, where $number is the number whose factorial you want to calculate. In Output Variable field, you can enter result. The factorial of the number will be calculated in the code block and returned output can be stored in the output variable result for further or later use. You can then return the result by using Return Data step. Then save changes by selecting Save Changes option from File menu. This is how you can configure and use code block step.